Hare 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 Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Today we are very fortunate. We have Grace Amrita Madhavi Mataji from Bengaluru, India. And Mataji is going to enlighten us from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, verse 8 onwards. Hare Krishna Mataji, you may take over the call, please. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, thank you so much. Once again, I offer my obeisances to all the devotees assembled here. Let's start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishnapreshthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namini Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharini Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pachatya Deshatarani Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kripatamam Vande Shri Gurum Dinatarinam Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Hari Om Tat Sat Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashta Prayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatyuttama Shloke Bhakter Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. So we continue with Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 8 onwards. But I just like to give you a breakup of these verses in this chapter. It's from Gauranga Prabhu's Subodhini. I'm reading it out for you. Canto 8, Chapter 16. It's executing the Payovrata process of worship. This is a vrata which we can also try to understand and we can also try to do because just a 12-day vrata. Let's see what is explained in the chapter. Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 1 onwards up to text 17, we see the cause of Aditi's dejection. So first verse, the third verse, we see Aditi, the wife of Kashyapa, is lamenting and Kashyapa Muni's visit to her ashram. And verse 4 to verse 10, we see Kashyapa Muni inquires about Aditi's rejection, asks her about her prescribed duties, 3 vargas, guest reception, sacrifices, and sons. That is, whether she did all these things nicely or not. What made her so sad? Like that. And text 11 to 17, we will see Aditi's reply to Kashyapa Muni. She says, all is well, but the demons have taken away our opulence. Please show a way for my sons to regain their lost positions. Then, chapter 16, text 18 to 21, we see how Kashyapa Muni advises Aditi to worship Lord Vishnu. Again, in the breakup, we see 18th verse to 19th verse, we see how Kashyapa Muni wonders at the material affection in this world due to Vishnu Maya. And 20 and 21st verse, we see Kashyapa describing the qualities of Lord Vishnu and infallible nature of Bhakti. Then chapter 16, text 22 to 62, we see how Kashyapa Muni instructs Aditi in the Payovrata process. So 22 to 24, Aditi inquires about the best process of worshipping Lord Vishnu. And 25 to 28, basic details of Payovrata process is explained. 29 to 37, mantras to worship the Supreme Lord. 38 to 49, other rules and regulations of Payovrata. 50 to 56th verse talks about things to do on the Trayodashi. And 58 to 62 talks about glories of Payovrata ceremony. So now we are going to Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, text number 8. api agnastu velayam nahuta havishasati tvayodvigna dhiya bhadre roshite mai karhichit. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 8, Translation. O chaste and auspicious woman, when I left home for other places, were you in so much anxiety that you did not offer oblations of ghee into the fire? No purport. So here the husband Kashyapa is asking his wife Aditi, what makes her so morose? Is it because she did not offer oblations of ghee into the fire? She's asking. Then he's asking different questions. You will see what other questions he's going to ask. Canto 8, Srimad Bhagavatam, chapter 16, text 9. Yat pujaya kamadukhan yati lokan grahanvitaha brahmanognescha vai vishno sarvadevatmano mukham. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, chapter 16, text 9. Translation. By worshipping the fire and the Brahmanas, a householder can achieve the desired goal of residing in the higher planets. For the sacrificial fire and the Brahmanas are to be considered the mouth of Lord Vishnu, who is the super soul of all demigods. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. According to the Vedic system, a fire sacrifice is held in order to offer oblations of ghee, grains, fruits, flowers, and so on, so that Lord Vishnu may eat and be satisfied. The Lord says in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, verse 26, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tadaham bhakti upahritam ashnami prayatatmanaha. Means, if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit, or water, I will accept it. Therefore, all these items may be offered in the sacrificial fire and Lord Vishnu will be satisfied. Similarly, Brahmana Bhojana, feeding of the Brahmanas, is also recommended. For when the Brahmanas eat sumptuous remnants of food after yajna, this is another way that Lord Vishnu himself eats. Therefore, the Vedic principles recommend that in every festival or ceremony, one offer oblations to the fire and give sumptuous food for the Brahmanas to eat. By such activities, a householder may be elevated to the heavenly planets and similar places in the higher planetary systems. So here, Prabhupada is explaining whatever our Kashyapa Muni was speaking about worshipping the fire and the Brahmanas. Now, why should we worship the fire and why should we worship the Brahmanas? The answer is in the purport that fire and Brahmanas represent the mouth of Vishnu. By Brahmanas, we don't mean the ones who are born in a Brahmana father and mother, but it means one who are Brahmana by their behavior, by their nature, by their activities. One has to be a Brahmana. Such a Brahmana is so much loved by Supreme Lord Krishna because there is a verse which says, Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha. Namo Brahmanya Devaya, Go Brahmanya Hitaya Cha. Jagaditaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namah. So Brahmanas and cows are very much respected by Supreme Lord. Therefore, Prabhupada is also explaining here that Brahmana Bhojana, feeding of the Brahmanas, is also recommended for when Brahmanas eat sumptuous remnants of food after yajna. This is another way that Lord Vishnu himself eats. So Brahmanas or Vaishnavas who are sincerely practicing Krishna consciousness, they eating the Krishna Prasad after a yajna is very auspicious for those who are conducting the yajna. So therefore, Prabhupada is explaining that Vedic principles recommend that in every festival or ceremony, one offer oblations to fire and give sumptuous food to the Brahmanas to eat. By such activities, householder may be elevated to heavenly planets or even higher planetary systems. So, so here we understand that Krishna accepts food if it is given with love. That's what Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam says. Yome Bhaktya Prayachati. Or you can even serve Krishna through fire sacrifices by offering oblations into the fire, or Krishna eats through the mouth of Brahmanas. So we understand that um, we have to do activities the way Krishna likes. You see here, Prabhupada is clearly telling either you feed through the Brahmanas or through the fire, or give it to him with love. One of the three things. So it means that fire is, of course, a devata. All devatas are very dear to Krishna. That's why they have got those posts. And he also loves Brahmanas or Vaishnavas. So when we feed the Vaishnavas, it's like feeding Krishna. Why? Because Krishna loves them so much. So all the devotees gathered here are actually priceless children to Krishna. So hurting devotees is to be strictly avoided, and we should, if possible, serve the devotees. If it's not possible to serve the devotees, at least if we can pray for the well-being of all devotees, we can do, or at least let us not offend the devotees. Let us not, you know, go away from Krishna by harming someone who is very dear to Krishna. So, next verse, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, text number 10. अपि सर्वे कुशलिनस्तव पुत्र मनस्विनी लक्षये स्वस्थमात्मानं भवत्या लक्षणैरहम्. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 10, Translation. O great-minded lady, are all your sons faring well? Seeing your withered face, I can perceive that your mind is not tranquil. How is this so? There's no purport. So he's asking about the sons, and that is the right question because actually her sons had lost their kingdom. The sons in the heaven, that is the devatas, were were thrown out of Swarga by Bali Maharaj, who was very powerful devotee Asura leader. So this was the right question. Are all your sons faring well? Seeing your withered face, I can perceive that your mind is not tranquil. How is this so? It says no purport. So we move to the next verse. Canto 8, Chapter 16, text number 11. Shri Aditirvacha Bhadram Dvijagavam Brahman Dharmasyasya Janasya Cha Trivargasya Param Kshetram Grihamedin Griha Ime. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 11, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Aditi said, O my respected Brahmana husband, all is well with the Brahmanas, the cows, religion, and the welfare of other people. O master of the house, the three principles of dharma, artha, and kama flourish in household life, which is consequently full of good fortune. Purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada. In household life, one can develop the three principles of religion, economic development, and sense gratification according to the regulations given in the Shastras. But to attain liberation, one must give up household life and place himself in the transcendental renounced order. Kashyapa Muni was not in the renounced order of life. Therefore, he is addressed here once as Brahman and another time as Grihamedin. Aditi, his wife, assured him that as far as householder life was concerned, everything was going nicely. And the Brahmanas' cows were being honored and protected. In other words, there were no disturbances. Household life was duly progressing. So now Aditi is answering Kashyapa Muni's questions one by one. And she is saying Dharma Artha Kama is not a problem. It's going on nicely. Even the brahmanas and cows are being taken care of nicely. Everything that you asked is going on nicely. So, so what do we understand from these questions? From the questions, we understand that if a person is sad, then he has done something that has made him sad. He did not ask, did any terrorist come and attack you? Uh, or um, or did you lose something? He didn't ask something like that. He asked, did you commit any mistake? Did you ignore to put desi ghee into the fire? Did you ignore to feed the brahmanas, the cows? So one lesson that we can learn here is if we feel hurt in household life, then we should not blame someone else. Rather, we should understand something wrong we have done. For example, if I have a wound here, if I have a burn here, then if I just itch it, I will get hurt. But if I don't have this burn and if I just itch, it does not hurt. So the wound that I have is the problem, not the itch that I am doing. Means if I have a cut and if I put the salt there, it burns. If there is no cut and if you put salt there, it does not burn. So salt is not at fault. Fault is in me that I had a cut. So the cure also is in me that I have to do something to heal the cut in my hand. Same way, if at all someone is getting hurt, if we are getting hurt, then the problem is in us. Now think carefully. I wish to share one thing with you that if you think carefully, that if you are prioritizing Krishna's holy name chanting as the only topmost activity, then what do we do? If holy name chanting is the only topmost activity, if we prioritize, we will give time for it and we will chant very nicely, like how Geeta Mataji was chanting today, like how Surinder Bandari Prabhu was chanting today. I could hear these two voices very clearly. Very nicely they were chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So if we want to chant at this speed, as many rounds as possible, then we really have to have that time, that too early in the morning, means we are really prioritizing holy names and Krishna. So what happens is if you really want to get up daily at that time, you have to sleep at that time. If you have to sleep at that time, you cannot do one thing out of control with respect to time. One thing, you cannot sit with the phone and go on spending time on Facebook or on any other social Instagram or on any other social media. You cannot go on spending. Then your all the other activities will either it will not be done or it will get accumulated for the next day or you will do it the same day and sleep late. Like this, if you make it a habit, it will happen daily, and daily you won't be able to wake up on time. When you can't wake up on time, then your japa will be pushed to the rest of the day, and japa cannot have the quality. So, when we have to have the quality in the japa, then we have to be very vigilant how we are using our time during our free time. So we will be very vigilant to not get into a quarrel with the family members or with the others. We will not do anything that will take away our time. If there is somebody in our life, generally there will be for devotees, Generally, there will be, generally means 100%. So, if there is someone in our life who is there to pick up a quarrel with us, then these devotees like Surendra Bhandari Prabhu or Geeta Mataji, what they will do is they will try to slowly not get into a time loss business with them. So they will be very vigilant to save their time so that they will have the peaceful time early in the morning to chant nicely. So when they prioritize japa so much, then they will ensure that they don't lose time for other less important things which does not involve Krishna. When they try to cut down on those things, then even if there is a person who is always provoking, we think this person is like this only. If I mess up with this person, I am going to lose my night sleep and tomorrow's japa won't happen. So better I ignore this because this is not important for me as japa is important. So when we understand japa is important and Krishna is important, then we will not lose time on other things saying that it is petty. The same thing we used to feel like a mountain before. We used to feel how they can deal with me like this, how they can do this to me, and we would really put our heart there, put our brilliance there, how to tackle this and how to next time defend more nicely. And even after the activity we'll be thinking next time if it happens I should do like this, I should do like that. Now all that is not there. Next day I should chant properly, that alone is there. Next day I have to chant nicely. That's all we feel is important. For those who chant nicely, they get a taste of japa. Those who chant slowly and clearly, they get a taste of chanting nicely. Then they will not have taste to fight with those who are not in good terms with us. So we don't we prioritize all our time for holy name and not for the negative activities. So that time, even if they behave more worse way, we will say these people are like this only. This is one category of people with whom I have nothing to do. I have to use my time carefully so that I do my japa tomorrow. So when we prioritize japa like this, everything else looks so insignificant. That time the same things that used to pierce our heart in the past does not do anything to us anymore, because now japa has become the only important thing in our life. Everything else is secondary. Guru Krishna instructions is primary, everything else is secondary. So when you see life like that, from anything else, if there's an accident and no death, of course, but there's a loss of money and a difficulty now to commute because our vehicle is not going to be there for a few days, or if there's a disease, or if there is a death, we feel that yes, death is there. I also have to die tomorrow. Now, what can be done? I lost so and so. Okay, now Krishna, I want to give my time for you. That should not get hampered. So no matter what, we increase our japa. When we feel that our schedule is going to go for a toss, we start chanting most of the times, and we ensure our japa is in good form in order to please Krishna. So when we prioritize japa to that extent, even death cannot actually hurt us. It's just like the skin is there, which has no cuts. Then you put any amount of salt or put your hand into the salt, 1 kg salt bag, it's not going to burn us. Burning happens if we have a weakness in our hand, a cut. So if we are weak to not connect with Krishna and to connect with everyone else, then we are weak. whoever are connected to Krishna are the only strongest people and soft hearted. They are the only softest hearted people and strong hearted people. Soft to others' pains, they are very kind and strong with respect to pain attacking them. They are undisturbed. They're strong yet soft, strong towards themselves and soft towards others. This is a devotee. So, why I spoke all this was to say that Aditi was questioned by her husband about, did you do this mistake, that mistake? That means that he is saying, if you had a weakness, if you did something wrong, you will be sad. Otherwise, how did you become sad? Now, the answer is she may be strong in doing all her duties, she may be very good, but she is soft to the others. When devotees are soft to everyone else except themselves, then another's pain becomes their pain. So, like that, Aditi's pain was a different pain. So, that we are yet to hear. Let's see now. Next verse. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 12. अग्नयो तिथयो भृत्य भिक्षवो ये च लिप्सवः सर्वं भगवतो ब्रह्मन् अनुध्यानान्नरिष्यति. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 12, Translation. O beloved husband, the fires, guests, servants, and beggars are all being properly cared for by me. Because I always think of you, there is no possibility that any of the religious principles will be neglected. So, there's no purport. So, here she's saying, because I'm always remembering you, I don't neglect anything. It is like saying, Krishna, because I always think of you, there's no question of me neglecting your rules. For me, Krishna, you are most important and your rules are important. Then, if for me your rules are important, how can I neglect it? Same like that, for Aditi, her husband Kashyapa is Pati Parameshwar, Pati Dev. He's a representative of Supreme Personality of Godhead for her. Therefore, she is saying, these are the things that you want me to do. So when I prioritize you above everything and above everyone else, how can I neglect these rules which you want me to follow? Like that. So, Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 13. को नु मे भगवन् कामो न सम्पद्येत मानसः यस्या भवान् प्रजाध्यक्ष एवं धर्मान् प्रभाषते. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 13, translation by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. O my Lord, since you are a Prajapati and are personally my instructor in the principles of religion, where is the possibility that all my desires will not be fulfilled? So he's probably asked in the past questions that, is there any desire unfulfilled for you? So she's saying, oh my master, you are the master for the whole creation. You are the Prajapati, husband of all the Praja, means you're the leader for the entire creation. So, and you are personally teaching me what to do, what not to do. So how can I go wrong? Oh, is there a purport? I didn't check. Sorry. Purport is not there. Yeah. Um, so when you have taught me what to do and what not to do, and how can I not follow it? I value you above everything else. And so she's saying, where is the possibility? And when I'm doing all this and you're taking such good care of me and fulfilling always all my desires, then where is the possibility that all my desires will not be fulfilled? All means, is there a possibility that any of my desire not fulfilled through you? It's not there. So then Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 14. Tavaiva maricha manasharirajah प्रजा इमा सत्वरजस्तमोजुष समो समो भवांस्तास्व सुरादिषु प्रभो तथापि भक्तं भजते महेश्वरा. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 14, Translation. O son of Marichi, because you are a great personality, you are equal toward all the demons and demigods who are born either from your body or from your mind and who possess one or another of the three qualities Sattoguna, Rajoguna, Tamoguna. But although the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Controller, is equal toward all living entities, he is especially favorable to the devotees. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. In Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9, text 29, the Lord says, Samoham sarvabhuteshu name dveshosti na priyaha ye bhajanti tu mam bhaktya maite teshu chapyaham. So it means although the Supreme Personality of Godhead is equal towards everyone, he is especially inclined toward those who engage in his devotional service. The Lord says, Kaunteya pratijanihi na me bhakta pranashyati, means, my dear son of Kunti, please declare that my devotee will never be vanquished. Elsewhere, Krishna also says, Ye yata mam prapadyante tamstataiva bhajamyaham mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvashah. Bhagavad Gita chapter 4 verse 11 means actually everyone is trying to please Supreme Personality of Godhead in various ways, but according to their methods of approach. The Supreme Lord endows them with different benedictions. Sorry. But according to their methods of approach, the Supreme Lord endows them with different benedictions. Thus, Aditi appealed to her husband by saying that since even Supreme Controller favors his devotees, and since Indra, Kashyapa's devoted son, was in difficulty, Kashyapa should bestow his favor upon Indra. So here, um, Mother
Ekdam good
Aditi,
student from poor
very,
student to
I
good
think we need to mute someone
ads
there.
today
Uh,
only. I don't
Arati
know.
Mataji, you muted. Arati Mataji, please mute her. Yes. So we were seeing that son of Marichi means our Kashyapa Muni is addressed by her as son of Marichi. So here she's also hinting that she's also now, wanting some favor, like Supreme Personality of Godhead is equal to all, but he is more loving towards his devotees. So she is expecting that Kashyapa also should do something about his very dear, his devoted son Indra, the head of all the demigods. And all these demigods are sons of Kashyapa, born to Aditi. And so now she's trying to ask for a benediction. She's saying, see how everyone is rewarded by Supreme Lord in proportion to what they are praying. Means here see tam sataiva bhajamyaham ye yatha mam prapadyante tam stata eva bhajamyaham. So in proportion to the way they approach, Supreme Lord also responds. Supreme Lord also responds with benedictions. No problem, Aarti Mataji. So here, Prabhupada is saying that although Supreme Personality of Godhead is equal towards everyone, he is especially inclined towards those who engage in bhakti. Means it's a clue for us that Krishna is always there to support us. We may stumble, we may feel things are not going well with us, but we should know that Supreme Lord is very much there whether we ask for His favor or not, because He is there for everybody, more so for His devotees. Now, when he is there for terrorists, how is he there? And when he is there for devotees, how is he there to support? The answer is, if he really wants to favor a terrorist, he will ensure that a terrorist gets arrested by the police and he gets punished. This is the way he favors terrorists, so that they don't have to take hundreds of births and suffer and suffer and suffer the activities. Rather, they get all the torture in the jail and they finish most of the suffering. So that's how he can show love to terrorists. And in the same way, if the devotee is arrested in a wrong way by the police, then Krishna favors them by ensuring that they get released from the jail very quickly, or they get empowered to preach to the jail inmates to become Krishna conscious and then get out of the jail, and then a lot more with all other prisoners, something like that. So Krishna is very favorable to his devotees, means not that he is doing what devotees want, but he does what he wants with the devotees. He takes steps. When devotees suffer, Krishna takes steps. What steps? Is he removing the suffering or is he increasing the suffering? That depends on Krishna's choice. That is Krishna's way of showing love. Now, when Mother Draupadi was being insulted, Krishna didn't stop it immediately. He ensured that it went on increasing, that she had to realize that she cannot do anything about it. Till that point, it went on increasing. The stress went on increasing for Draupadi. But when Draupadi changed her way of depending on the Lord, she was praying to Lord, but she was endeavoring by herself. But now Krishna wanted her to fully surrender. And when she, because if she wouldn't surrender, also she would not be able to save herself. So she fully surrendered and immediately she was protected. So now it does not mean that we should not endeavor. We should always endeavor. And then when we, like Draupadi, we should always endeavor to save ourselves. But if we are not able to, then we should fully surrender. Like, for example, there will be a teacher in a school. She may be really endeavoring. They may say that you prove yourself or else you lose your job. A devotee teacher. She will endeavor as much as possible, but the children are really dull-headed. They don't understand things. She's trying different ways. And when she cannot, she will simply pray to Krishna. She'll endeavor, but her heart, she will shift from her endeavor. She'll be, while endeavoring, she'll shift from the endeavor and she will shift to lotus feet of Krishna. Krishna, if you want, save this job. If you do not want, make me get out of the job. No problem. But you please do what you want me to do. So, whatever I should undergo, may I undergo. But you please be with me. He's always there. But we devotees still tell Krishna, please be with me. He is there with everybody, even with the atheist, he is there always. But devotees have the habit. We say, please be with me. By saying that, we feel more strengthened. So what Krishna does is, he actually, if that lady lost her job, that was to say that Krishna didn't want her to work there. He wanted her to work elsewhere, or he didn't want her to work for any school. Maybe stay at home and chant, and Krishna is going to arrange everything. So we don't understand, but Krishna is all the time taking personal interest in every one of your life, in my life, in every single sincere devotee's life who is even chanting one round a day or one round even most days, just one round, only one round most of the days, not even every day, but he is sincerely chanting, then Krishna will personally take interest to make sure this fellow gets everything needed to make him fully surrender to Krishna. It could be good incidents or it could be bad incidents, but what makes him fully surrender to Krishna to come to the point of doing 16 rounds and accepting a guru and growing in bhakti. So Krishna is going to take charge fully. So that is why it's told, Ye yatha mam prapadyante tam staditaiva bhajamyaham. So, we understand that Krishna always endorsed different people with different benedictions based on the proportion of everybody's surrender. That is what. So here, Mother Aditi is asking Kashyapa for a favor now. Let's see how she's going to ask the favor. But what's the time? The time is 6:35. So okay, we can do a few more verses. Canto 8, chapter 16, text 15. Tasmad isha bhajantyami shreyas suvrata ritashriyo ritasthanan saptanai pahinah prabhu. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, chapter 16, text 15, translation. Therefore, most gentle Lord, kindly favor your maidservant. We have now been deprived of our opulence and residence by our competitors, the demons. Kindly give us protection. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Aditi, the mother of demigods, appealed to Kashyapa Muni to give demigods protection. When we speak of the demigods, this also includes their mother. So, you see, so she's saying, why did she say kindly give us protection? Because here Prabhupada is saying that Aditi, the mother of demigods, is appealing for protection to all her children and to her. That is why she's saying kindly give us protection. Why? Because for a mother, you see, when a child stumbles and falls, mother is hurt doubly. Child is hurt to the extent that it is hurt. Mother is hurt because mother knows what is the pain the child is undergoing. Plus, she feels, oh, my daughter or son is getting so hurt and he or she is suffering. So, to see that her child is suffering is another pain. So, it's double the pain for a mother. So, when children lose, mother feels that she has lost. When children are not protected, mother feels she's not protected. So it was a request for protecting all of them. Says Prabhupada. Canto 8, chapter 16, verse 16. Parairvivasita saham magna vyasana sagare aishwaryam shriryashastanam ritani prabalair mama. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, chapter 16, text 16, translation. The demons, our formidably powerful enemies, have taken away our opulence, our beauty, our fame, even our residence. Indeed, we have now been exiled and are drowning in an ocean of trouble. So she is saying how there's no purport. She's saying how the asuras have, by taking the heaven, they have actually taken away everything. See, when we lose something, our face becomes sad, so we don't look as nice as we look when we are happy. The same way, when all devatas are bereft of their home, and they are on the streets, they're hiding, they're saving their skin, they're hiding, then naturally how they can look beautiful. So here they have taken away our opulence, our beauty, our fame. When such great leaders who are devotees are thrown out of their palace, then it is a little surprising. So she's saying it's a little shameful. So our fame and even our residence. Indeed, we have now been exiled. Now they have to hide for saving their skin. So we have now been exiled and we are drowning in an ocean of trouble. So they're all drowning in the ocean of dukkha jalabdi magnam, like how Satyardhamani says in Damodarashtakam, they're all very sad, drowning in the ocean of miseries. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, chapter 16, text 17. Yatha tani punah sadho प्रपद्येरन् ममात्मजः तथा विदेहि कल्याणं Diya Kalyana Krittama. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 17, Translation. O best of the sages, best of all those who grant auspicious benedictions, please consider our situation and bestow upon my sons the benedictions by which they can regain what they have lost. No purport. So see here she's asking now. Best of all, see when we have to ask for a favor from a great person, we are told that we should first glorify them and then we have to ask our question. Even if you have to ask a question, we should glorify them and ask a question. This is what I have learned, but I may not be able to do it always. But you people are very experts in doing that. I always see that. So here also she has done her part of glorification, and now she's asking her request. That is, oh best of all those who grant auspicious benediction. Means now he has to grant a benediction. Consider our situation and bestow upon my sons the benedictions by which they, not we, see here, they can regain what they have lost. So you see, when suffering topic comes, she's telling we are suffering. When giving the benediction comes, now she's not saying give us a benediction, she says give them the benediction. So she's saying, yes, please give them whatever they have lost, give them, because she's having her ashram. He came to her ashram. She's in her ashram, peaceful. Nobody threw her out of ashram. But that's what our children's pain is like our pain. That's why she's saying, we have lost. We have lost. But when we need to correct, then the correcting is only at the end of the children, not she's not included. That's why she's saying, please consider our situation and bestow upon my sons. See, consider our situation. When it is pain, it's our we. When it is gain, it is only for them, for the sons. That's a mother speaking. Bestow upon my sons the benedictions by which they can regain what they have lost. Then Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text number 18. Shri Shuka Uvacha Evam Abhyartito Ditya Kastam Aha Smayan Iva Aho Maya Balam Vishnu Sneha Baddam Idam Jagat. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 16, Text 18, Translation. Sri Shukadeva Goswami continued, when Kashyapa Muni was thus requested by Aditi, he slightly smiled. Alas, he said, how powerful is the illusory energy of Lord Vishnu by which the entire world is bound by affection for children. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada. Kashyapa Muni was surely sympathetic to his wife's affliction. Yet he was surprised at how the whole world is influenced by affection. You see, so far we spoke that only, that she's feeling children's pain as her pain. So sometimes if we are Vaishnavas, we are Paradukha Dukhi. So their pain becomes our pain. But sometimes if we are attached to our children due to materialistic bond with our children, then also it hurts. When we are materialistic, then how it is, we feel hurt when we see our children suffering, but we don't care if another's children are suffering. But if we are a devotee, we care for everyone else more than we caring for us and for our children. For our children, we teach them to become strong to face the pain. For others' children, we help them to come out of the pain. That is how devotees are. But materialists, they help their children to come out of pain, and they will also teach them to face the pain, but more they will try to help them to come out of pain. And about others' children, if they are suffering, they don't even care. And worse is that they celebrate when other children are suffering and when their children are happy. This is Duryodhana's father's case. He was very happy when Pandavas are suffering. When Bhima is being poisoned, he is waiting for the death of Bhima. The father of Duryodhana is waiting. And Duryodhana's father is very quiet when in every gambling match the Pandavas are losing, he's celebrating it. If they're going to forest, he's celebrating it. When our children are the cause of another children's miseries, we celebrate it if we are materialistic. But if our children are the cause of another's miseries and if we are devotees, we will really feel very, very hurt. And we will do everything possible to help the others and to correct our children. So here, Aditi was worried about her children and she wanted a solution. Now, Canto 8, Chapter 16, text number 19. Okay, it's a long purport. So I think I can stop at that. We end at the 18th verse. So we started from the 8th verse and we are ending at the 18th verse because purports were small. I'm not going to do 19th verse today. We are open to question and answers now. If there's any comment, you're most welcome to add something. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dhamma Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for explaining these verses so well. And you mentioned Bhagavad Subodhini also, and very nicely you categorize them. You emphasize on the chanting. So we should at least do some rounds very seriously. We should do all of them, basically, not just some. Yeah. So I don't have any question right now, but I will ask the devotees if they have any question, any comments, any realization they want to share.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. All glory to Srila Prabhupada. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandar Pranam, all glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to Guru and Gauranga. I have a pressing. Yes, Mataji, same here. I have a pressing question. So this has affected me quite a bit. So I've been hurt recently and by a fellow devotee, and I'm not able to shake that off, Mataji. When you spoke about feelings of hurt, I was trying to keenly listen into what you said about weakness of our own self, right? And then the holy name giving you the strength. But in my case, Mataji, since I'm not advanced, it is actually impacting my chanting because I'm hurt. So, what would be the guidance in a situation like this? And it is, I don't mind sharing also. It is coming from a place where the person who hurted me uh, does not really think too much before speaking. It's just the nature of the person. So, I get hurt because I would never do things like that. I am very deliberate when I say anything. So, how do you deal with, especially devotees who do that? They don't mean probably what they are saying, but they say it just like as a passing by comment. So, should we try to correct them, or how should I work on myself? That is basically my question, Matsuji.
Very nice question, dear Mataji. Same thing if it would happen to my daughter, she would come with the same question to me, like you. Because that's my daughter, just like you. So don't worry, it is very natural. See, this, as you rightly said, you are not yet at that level where you can follow what I said today. That's also correct. So you will come to that level eventually, but now what to do is the question. Now, one thing that you have to understand that this person, this fellow devotee who is hurting, this is the nature, as you said, this is the nature of that person. Then this will keep happening every time you meet. Should you stay in pain always? No. So you have to do something about it. But you trying to correct the person, it is not going to happen. You are not able to even correct yourself to come out of pain. Then how you can tell that person to not give you pain? That person, like how you are not able to upgrade yourself, that person also needs to upgrade to not give pain to others. And that will not be possible for that person also. So therefore, Now you have to work on yourself only. And always, if somebody is my daughter, my children, I will tell them, don't try to correct others.
Mm.
Instead, you strengthen yourself. I tell her that you cannot put a carpet to the whole world. You wear footwear and walk around. And you will automatically stay safe from thorns and stones and sharp pebbles or whatever. So now what footwear you have to wear is that you have to, especially when the pain keeps haunting you, that's the time. If holy name you're not able to chant with attention, no problem. You should do something which you can do with full attention. Like if you like to hear kirtans, that's also holy name. You can be hearing kirtans. Whatever helps you to feel connection with the Lord, that's what you have to do. Either hearing kirtan or hearing lecture of your favorite speaker. It could be Prabhupada, it could be a spiritual master, it could be any other Shiksha guru of yours or any other favorite devotee. You keep hearing a lecture. So now, like for example, right now, I am speaking. Now you have not forgotten your pain. You are speaking about your pain. So right now you are in pain. But since now we are speaking something that is tailor made for your issue, you will be feeling so much of a relief. So same like that, whoever is speaking something that is tailor made for your situation, the topic that you love the most, or the speaker whose all lectures you love the most. If something like that is there, like Prabhupada's lectures, I just like it very much. I don't mind what topic, but I just like to hear Prabhupada lectures. So like that, and my guru is my favorite speaker. And because he's favorite and whatever he speaks, I just love it. So like that, you can choose whom you want to hear from, or you can choose little from here, little from there, little from there. Who all you like, you can hear it in sequence. So that sometimes gets you absorbed there. Like now when I'm talking about you, you'll be fully absorbed. Like you already told me that with 100% attention you heard, and you felt it's not able to help you because you're not there. Exactly correct. So when you see something that is relevant to you, when you keep hearing from Bhagavatam, from Bhagavad Gita, or from anything, King Kulashekara's Mukunda Mala Stotra, anywhere, anything, if it helps you, then that is going to make you feel connection with the Lord. So hearing you should do more and more. I know personally, not only myself, but another devotee Mataji also, she keeps hearing a lot because she has a lot of pain. So morning to evening, whether she's chopping vegetables, she's cooking, or she's doing anything, she's always hearing lectures. Why? Because otherwise she'll be facing her pain. She cannot face pain. So she hears lectures. So it's very good. I used to do that because I used to feel pain in 2002, 2003, like that. I used to feel pain like you. So I used to hear all the time the lecture so that I don't even think of my pain and I will be with Krishna. So if you can't be with Krishna in the form of holy name, be with Krishna in the form of his lectures. That's going to help you.
Thank you
Or
so much,
his
Mataji. I would also like to share what happens is because sometimes I get these experiences in a situation where I am not also involved, I tend to fall find because, I have this tendency about this person. I have a notion about this person, right? About how they behave and how inappropriate it is. So I constantly keep finding faults. So, and that I want to definitely guard myself against that because that is Vaishnava Parad. I know it is their. It is just some people are very spontaneous. They don't think so much before behaving or acting or saying anything. So I think it's part of that. Thank you so much, Mataji.
For this, I have a point. If you have a tendency to sometimes perceive things which is not there, if you have that, then you should start making a habit to see the good in the person. Now you have seen bad. Now you also start counting the good. Whatever minimum good you can see, just focus on that. Meditate on that. Appreciate that in your heart, not to the person. In your heart, you appreciate. And with that appreciation, it should be so strong. It should be more than the hurt feelings that you have for the person, you should have so much of appreciation that hurt feelings should look insignificant. Then with that heart, when you meet the person, that person will get those vibes also from you. And then even if he hurts you, because you have that much of positive feeling for that person, his hurting talks don't affect you much. This is the next level. But and also for you, I will just read out something which might interest you. That is from my Mukunda Mala Stotra. Um, it says here, I think in verse 33 or something. A minute. Says, what do you remember? Which verse was that I was telling you? In this, which even when King Kulashekara is saying the same thing, that what to speak of people in Kali Yuga, I was telling now. This one. See. Verse 42. It says that my mind cannot turn from Sri Krishna's lotus feet even for a moment. So let my dear ones and other relatives criticize me. My superiors accept or reject me as they like. The common people spread evil gossip about me, and my family's reputation be sullied. For a mad man like me, it is honor enough to feel this flood of love of Godhead, which brings such sweet emotions of attraction for my Lord. Means he is saying that for devotees, there will be people who hurt. Yeah, he is a devotee himself. But even if he is a devotee, if he is hurting, means he is not a devotee, he is a materialist. Only materialists are into hurting. Devotees are into fanning the spark. They're not into hurting. They're into appreciation, encouragement, caring, loving, serving. This is devotee. But when we don't do that, we're actually in a devotee in show only, but we're not actually. So such people, if they criticize also, he says, for me, it is honor to be connected to Krishna. It doesn't matter. Which brings sweet emotions. See this song, it's like this. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi. You know this tune, Bhakti? Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi. Shri Krishna padambujan. Chittam naiva nivartate kshanamapi. Shri Krishna padambujan. Nindantu priya bandhava gurujana. Grinantu munchantu va. Durvadam parigoshayantu manuja. Vamshe kalankostu va. Tadrik premadhara anuraga madhuna mattayamanam tume. So you see this verse says that Durvadam parigoshayantu manuja vamshe kalankostva. So Durvadam, badly they speak. Vamshe kalanka, they're spoiling the prestige of the family. Doesn't matter, he says, doesn't matter. For me, as long as I'm connected to Krishna, this all don't matter. They let them keep doing this, and we have no time to waste. That's what is his this. And he also says similar kind of verse in, I think, verse 32 or something. It says that 32 or 33. Okay, right now I'm able to just get that one thing. Okay, no problem. But from this, we can see that King Kulashekara also has people who are criticizing. He's a king. He also has people who are criticizing him. He also says that I have no time for them, and he has all the time only to love Krishna. Yes, you know, he
Thank you
loves
so much,
Krishna and
Mataji.
yes, he has no time for others, and he's very happy being mad in love for Krishna, like that. So that's what I told you, that we have to be so much mad in chanting the holy names, and mad for chanting the holy names, and mad about hearing about Krishna. To increase, you know, if you are getting hurt, means you have to increase your madness. Your madness is not enough at all. It's nowhere. So now you have to increase your madness for hearing about Krishna so much, then you will not be hurt by mad people's comments.
Thank you so much, Mataji. This was very helpful. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Anyone else has anything to ask?
Hare Krishna Mataji. This is Geeta.
Hare
Thank you
Krishna.
so much for this wonderful class, Mataji. So, Mataji, I'm asking a very basic question. Yes, we, the like you said that the japa that one does is good, but so I know I've asked this question earlier, but again I want to clarify: is that the quality of I mean, one has to do with bhav, definitely. However, with 16 rounds, like the 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 speed that it's done is not the same. That I'm honestly telling you, I don't do 16 rounds, so maybe that's one reason that I'm able to slow down and do with bhav. But so what would you recommend, Mataji? Do some, I mean, if time availability, do half or focus on which of the two? Thank you, Mataji.
What I do is I do some rounds like how you do, little slowly sometimes, not always. When I'm not having that much time, then I do fast japa. But I will be always repenting that I should have done it nicely, more nicely, like that. So, how much ever I can see first for a beginner who are not able to do 16 rounds, so not reach the level of 16 rounds, for them the quantity is very important. And quality is very important, but quantity is also, if you ask me that shall I do very good quality one round or average quality 16 rounds, I say okay, do average quality 16 rounds, but keep an eye on how you can make it very good also. In 16 rounds, maybe a quarter round you do with this quality that you wanted to do, like that, or you do 10 times or even 5 times, you do with the exceptional quality, no problem. And then slowly you will feel, if you do even 5 times very nice mahamantras, 5 mahamantras, in one round, if you do even 5 mahamantras and do the remaining japa little fast, what will happen, you will feel greedy to do the same quality for more, for more, for more. And eventually you will come to a position where you are able to be attentive in 16 rounds, but it's fast. Then eventually you'll come to a position where you can do good quality japa. Instead of taking 2 hours, you may take 2.5 hours, but your japa will be of very good standard. So I am yet to reach there to do 16 rounds with that exceptional quality. I'm yet to reach there. Sometimes I have done that quality, sometimes I have not done, sometimes I have done. It's always little up and down. It's a wave, for every devotee, it's a wave. But once we become that pure devotee, once we become, then we will never want to stop chanting. Whatever work we are doing, our mind will be constant chanting. Forget about pure devotees. My father, who had taught me and taught his mother when I was 6 years old to chant this Hare Krishna mantra, because our ISKCON people and actually my Guru Maharaj came to my Mangalore, M for Mango, M for Mangalore, came to Mangalore and on a ratha, and it was like mass holy name distribution. They were in ratha going to places, and they were inviting people with the big phone, and then telling, come, 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 chant Hare Krishna. And whoever is willing to chant, they give a mala free and give a mantra card with the Panchatattva mantra and Hare Krishna mantra in it, and they say, please chant this 108 times, and they give a mala. And my father got that mala, and he thought that it was his spiritual master who gave, and he got diksha. He thought like that. And he just like that, he had gone to market And while buying vegetables, he also got this mala and came and said, I got Diksha from ISKCON, some guru, some fair person, tall person. And very recently, I came to know my spiritual master saying I had gone to Mangalore in 1980s, and I had given my Guru Maharaj who had given him. And he has been chanting from that time till now, till from the time I was 6 year old till now I am 51-year-old. From that time to now, he's been chanting daily, sincerely. And he's now saying that in his mind all the time, because he was the one who had taught me to breathe holy names, Ra. When air goes up, you say in your mind Ra. When air comes down, you say Ma. He just was mad after chanting holy names, my father. So he had just told like that, keep chanting, and then even if there's an accident, nothing will happen to you, like that. He used to say. And he used to say that even if I fall down, nothing happens to me. And even just in the last call, he told me, see, I fell down, nothing happened, because in my mind, non-stop Hare Krishna mantra will be going on, he said. And it is true. He doesn't tell lies. It is true, because he is not doing anything other than preaching Bhagavatam and preaching Bhagavad Gita and preaching whatever, even impersonalist topic also he'll present, because he's not become a full-fledged devotee. But he's having the devotee heart, and he has got so many gurus from so many places. He took Diksha and all that. Still, he's attached to Krishna. He's attached to chanting, and that's why non-stop Hare Krishna mantra for him, if it can go on, then for a sincere soul like you, who is hearing only from devotees, who is sincerely wanting to grow, you will very soon come to that standard where you will be able to chant nicely 16 rounds, Mataji. You don't have to worry. And 16 rounds with full attention. But initial phases is this. First, you may not be able to chant 16 rounds. Then somehow you'll come up to 16 rounds. That time quality will not be there. It's all right. 16 round, you stick to it, and then fix the quantity, and then improve on the quality. So when you improve on the quality, then you will come to a point where you will chant all the time. Like my father is already doing it. You'll chant all the time Hare Krishna mantra. So then you cannot say quality is there or not there, because sometimes you will be cooking, you will focus on cooking, but chanting will happen constantly in your mind. So when you chant without cooking, that time let the focus be very good as possible. Even if you're doing 16 rounds, you try to make it as nice as possible. You don't have to chant so slowly only all the rounds. Why we do slowly initially is to learn to fix our mind in the holy name. When we learn to fix our mind in the holy name, then we should try to do little fast, but 16 rounds with full focus and absorption. So if you have time, you can do all 16 rounds like that. I have seen personally one young devotee very nicely chanting 16 rounds. And in Japa retreat, I had gone this year, and I saw this young Mataji, young girl from the fair skinned, means not an Indian by birth, some foreigner, Western girl, but so nicely she was chanting. She was chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All 16 rounds. All 16 rounds she was chanting. She was never speeding up. Because of course it is Japa retreat, morning to evening there is time, she can chant. But she's attending classes also. Only during Japa time she's chanting. But whenever she's chanting only that speed. So we come to that point. And why would somebody chant like that all 16 rounds? Because they have got a taste of being with the Lord. They're not just chanting letters and words. They are with Krishna. So then who wants to leave Krishna? They do not leave Krishna. Then they will chant very nicely. So very nice does not mean it has to be slow chant only. Very nice can be even fast chanting. But the slow chanting gives us a hold. It helps us to chant with focus initially. And when we get hold of it, then whether fast or slow doesn't matter, but it has to be very absorbing. So absorbing japa happens when you increase the quantity. When you make it 16, then all time you will feel, oh, my japa quality was not good. Let me chant some extra while cooking. Let me chant extra while sweeping, mopping, cleaning, while doing garden work, while chopping. Like this, you will think, and you'll keep chanting extra. I used to chant extra like that out of guilt that my japa quality is not good. Throughout the day, I would chant little slow japa. where I'm not counting, I'm cooking or something, hands are busy, only mouth is chanting. That time it's again partial. Mind is working also and mind is focusing on Harinam also, like that. So you can try doing that, Mataji, and I hope that helps. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, Mataji, have you gone to Mangalore lately? Because the construction work is going on with Nishta Prabhuji there.
Namanishta Prabhu?
Yes, Mataji.
Namanishta Prabhu's temple, I think, is already inaugurated last year.
Yes, but he's adding some more wings to it, right? I got some.
Well, that I don't know, because whenever I go to Mangalore, it's such a short duration, because both my parents are active and nice. They keep me also active. They give me, my father gives me all the preaching sessions which he's doing to me. So I
Yes.
have to sit and prepare. So I don't go to ISKCON. I go to places where he wants me to preach, and I preach, and I relax at home, and I come back, because there are not one center. There are 3, 4 centers now. And so I don't know which one to go. And that Namanishta Prabhu's is little far from my home also. And nothing is close. That is even more far. So I have never been there actually. I keep going to Mangalore twice a year or thrice a year, but I have not got chance recent years to go to any ISKCON branch, and I regret that. But that's how it has been. You don't know how the time flies when I go to parents' home. There will be so many other commitments. Like there's one devotee whom I only got her married to someone in Mangalore temple, because she was not getting married here. She also will come and she will meet me and I'll give her time. So like that, there will be different things, different people coming to meet me, and I will spend time with them. And I will not have time to do what I want to do. So all my time will go there just like that, Mataji. So I wish to see. I heard it's very beautiful. I wish to see. When I see, I will tell you.
No problem, Mataji. I just asked. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
No problem. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Anybody else has question, or we can end? Looks like no questions.
Yeah, there is no question, looks like. Yeah, thank you, Madhavi, for a very nice class. Very inspiring. So,
All glory to the
yes, we
Prabhupada.
can, all goes to Srila Prabhupada. We can end the call if there is no other question. Thank you, Madhavi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Sindhu Evacha.
Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namah.
Anand की जय ठाकुर की जय
जय
की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की
जय
माधवी माता जी की जय